Hey there, welcome to our channel and welcome back to my kitchen. Y'all come on in. Tonight's dinner is liver and onions, but not just any liver and onions. I found this recipe years and years and years ago, believe it or not, from Martha Stewart in one of her first cookbooks back in the 80s or early 90s, somewhere in there. I don't even have the cookbook anymore. But her liver and onion recipe was exactly like mine, except for a little kicker. And we're gonna do it her way today because that is actually Randy's favorite way to have liver. So let's get to it. Ingredient list is super simple today. You need 1 cup of flour, a couple of onions. There's an onion. And this is an onion keeper with a little bit of onion in it from yesterday. And we're going to use it up. Some liver, either calf liver or regular liver. Either one will work. Salt, pepper, butter. And we're going to have some mashed potatoes with it. So there's my potatoes. That's it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start my potatoes. I've already did tutorials on how to make mashed potatoes, so we're not worried about that. But I am going to get that ready and get it started because by the time it's done, then my liver will be done. I'm going to salt my water. I got a high flame. And I'm just going to cut those potatoes up and get that out of the way. Right over the pot. Around here, we really like the liver and onions with mashed potatoes, but you can use rice, or in a pinch, I guess you could even use pasta, but potatoes are the way to go. All right, first off, we're going to cut those onions, and we're going to start with my little onion keeper. Maybe. My hands, it's chilly out here. My hands aren't working. There it goes. See, I had sandwiches yesterday, so I already have those cut. We're just going to set that to the side. And we're just going to chunk these up. Because that one was already open. It doesn't matter how you slice it. It's an onion. All right. We're going to do this one. Okay, and y'all don't forget, save these. Save your onion peels. They make the prettiest and best tasting veggie broth, chicken broth. Just add the skins right in there. That's what gives it that really pretty color. So don't forget to save them. Just stick them in a Ziploc, shove them in the freezer in the door, and every time you do it, and when you get a bag full, you're good to go. And I'm just going to slice these nice and thin. You can tell Randy still hasn't sharpened my knives. But we're going to make it happen anyway. Okay, now we're going to come over to the stove. Get us some medium heat. Medium. There we go. Set that pan there. Gonna get a nice serving spoonful of butter. My spoon, it's cold out here. Y'all look what it did to my, it bent my spoon. There we go. All right, well. There we go. That's plenty of butter. All right, my butter's all melted now. I'm just going to roll it around, finish getting that ready. Now all I have to do is put my onions in there. Just like that. And we're just going to saute those onions down till they're nice and soft. While those onions are sauteing now, I'm going to get this liver ready. And it is still partially froze. I try really hard to hit that sweet spot between thawed and not thawed so that it's not quite so bloody while I'm working with it. Now this is the secret to Martha Stewart's perfect liver. You cut it into very thin slices. Well, that little piece of onion's not hurting anything. Really thin little slices. And then come back down the center and cut it again so that you have nice, like 1 inch, 1 to 1.5 inch squares, or whatever you call that. Just small pieces of liver. Okay, now I have 1 cup of just all-purpose flour in the Ziploc bag. It makes it so much easier. Not nearly as messy. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and put not quite a teaspoon. I mean, salt's all relative, and that's up to you. So I got just under a teaspoon of salt. And I'm gonna do about 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Gonna give that a really good shake. Get it all incorporated. And then I'm gonna put about 1/3 of this liver in there. And this is still frozen, and I'm hoping, you know, like partially frozen, I'm hoping that as I shake it, that it shakes apart. If it doesn't, I'm gonna have to go back in there and do it. I want all the little pieces separated and all of them to have their own flour. All right, now we're gonna go back to the stove, check on our onions, and get them all flipped, so everything's getting a little brown. Get all of them separated, all your little rings separated. Okay, now we like just a little bit of bite left in our onion. So these are ready. Obviously, if you like them really soft, you need to keep cooking them, but we're gonna take ours out right now. Okay, and I'm gonna leave a little bit of that butter in that pan, or as much as I can. Put a little bit more butter in that pan. Add that to my pan. And as soon as that gets good and hot, we're gonna start adding that liver. Now I'm gonna bring my bag over close to the stove. I'm going to shake the excess flour off. And we're going to start laying our liver in there. And you don't want to crowd your pan, just put just enough that they're layered on the bottom. That's about it for that pan. Okay, now liver is really tricky. You know, we don't like it cooked hard. In fact, just done. I mean, I strive to just get it done. So almost as soon as you put it in, it's probably ready to flip. As soon as it browns, flip it, because you don't want hard, overcooked liver. No, no, no. So we're gonna go ahead, go in here. See there, it's nice and brown. By the time the other side browns, they're gonna be done. There's one needs flip right there. There we go. Then keep you a plate handy to take them out. We're gonna call that done. They're nice and brown on both sides. Out they come. Next batch going right in. Now I know it looks like I'm using a lot of butter, but in reality, it's right out of stick. It's probably 1 stick of butter to do the whole thing. Okay, my last batch of liver is frying up. My potatoes are done and drained. I'm gonna take a little bit of half and half, maybe 1/4 of a cup. Drop that in there. Dash of pepper. Dash of salt. Handy dandy potato masher. Okay, and y'all notice I didn't put any butter in these potatoes. That's because they're not gonna need it, because I'm gonna make my gravy with that butter in that pan. So when I put it on these taters, they are gonna be awesome. Gonna brown us up a little bit of flour. Gonna use our handy dandy gravy whisk to get all that goodness up off the bottom. Give that gravy time to cook, or that flour time to cook just a little bit. Then we're gonna add some water, maybe a cup of water. Whatever I got left in here, that's what's going in. About that much. Give that a good round and around and around. Now we're going to put us a little bit of this cream in there. Probably a 1/2 cup, 3/4 of a cup. There you have it. And you really basically only have to heat that through. Now, if you think it's too thick, you can always add a little more water and thin it down, but that's looking really good to me. Taste test time.
Yep, it's taste test time.
Except not really necessary because he's been nipping and nipping and nipping the whole time I've been cooking.
Why you gotta tell on me like that?
I gotta tell him.
Anyway, yeah, I love the way this liver turns out. I like it like this. Timmy likes to pour the gravy over top of the onions, but I usually just kind of grab it and dip it in the gravy.
Yep, he wants it all separate. He wants his onions on one side, his liver, and then he wants extra gravy to dip his liver in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, he's not talking, so he's eating.
I love that liver cooked in that butter like that. That is like really good. And the potatoes and the gravy mixed with the butter.
Yep. This is a...
It's all grand. I mean, it's great.
Yeah. And it's so inexpensive. I mean, it's
Yeah.
less than $4 for the liver, a few potatoes, an onion, a little bit of flour, and you have dinner. I mean, well under $10.
Easy to cook too.
And really, really easy to cook. Just can't say enough good things about. And liver is so good for you. It is so good for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm good. Good enough to go eat.
Yep.
Okay.
Like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.